Hey guys, it's your boy Jay, and this is Football Talk, and in this one I will be reacting to EA just announced huge updates for Madden 25. Now this one is a 13-minute long video, and I cannot wait to see what updates Madden 25 has. This is the first update because the game just came out, Monday or something like that, I want to say. It just came out this week, and there's already a huge update. Oh boy, I gotta see what's going on, man, because I've been out of the loop. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. Headphones on and let's go.
Just revealed some big changes that are coming to Madden 25 very soon. And I'm not gonna lie, a couple things that they revealed actually surprised me because I did not expect this at all. So we're gonna go over all of the stuff they just revealed, and I'm also gonna go over some of the big questions I've seen from some of you in the comment section. I know some of you are looking for answers on a few things, so I got them for you in this video. And if you're new to the channel and you don't want to miss out on any of these important updates all year long, or the updates for the college football game, as we have another big one coming for that soon, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you never miss any of these important news videos. We're on the road to 700k subs now, and I would love for you to be a part of the family. Now, before we get into the news that was revealed today, I do want to talk about the fact that there was a small update that went live last night, and I've seen a lot of people asking, what was that update about? Well, the truth is, none of us know because they didn't put out any info on it, which means whatever that small update was last night, it was nothing major. It's probably nothing that any of us would even notice. It was probably some back-end stuff. Could have been something to do with maintenance or some stability fixes or something like that. But if they don't put out any info on an update, that just means nothing really noteworthy even changed. Now, the other big question I've seen asked a lot is what happened to the create a player franchise mode? So basically inside of franchise mode, you could be an owner, you can be a coach, or you could pick to be a player, and you can just take control of a player, create a player, and kind of have a career mode that way. Now, I'll tell you what I know about it and my thoughts on it. All I know about it is that they're no longer supporting that in the game because they're all in on superstar mode now that returned to the game last year. Their goal is to build up superstar mode to be the one true career mode, and that's what most people had asked for like the last 10 years. Now, depending on when you started playing the game, you might have grew up with the game without superstar mode and all you played was the create a player in franchise. But I remember back in the day when they took superstar mode away and they introduced
I was not playing Madden when they first had Superstar mode, or if I wasn't into that. I was just doing like the play now and things like that. But I did see a couple YouTubers like mention that, and I didn't even know anything. I didn't even know they got rid of it. But I understand why they want to build out the Superstar mode. It's understandable.
Introduced connected careers, which introduced the option to play in franchise as a single player. Most people did not like that and complained about it for like a decade. They said, we want superstar mode back. This is kind of a joke because when you compared it to what superstar mode was back then, the create a player in franchise was way less than that. All you did was pretty much just player lock on to a player, whereas superstar mode had a lot of other things built into it, and the same kind of goes for today. When you play superstar mode, you have the combine, you have cutscenes, you have some story you can build with your player, you have more options with customization, you have more options with the journey your player goes down, and now with college being back, you also have Road to Glory, where you can literally import that player from that game over to this game. But I was surprised to see that so many people are upset about this because I just remember for years people were begging for superstar mode back and they didn't like the create a player in franchise because it just was so much less than what superstar mode was. Now, the create a player franchise did have something over current superstar mode in that you can control more positions, whereas in superstar mode you only have 5 positions. But again, when I say that they're going all in on superstar mode, that means eventually adding the other positions there and adding some of those other options so that you could do everything in superstar mode and you don't have the need for 2 different versions of a career mode. So why did they remove it? That I don't know specifically. I just know, like I said, that they're not supporting it because they're going all in for superstar. But I'm just assuming the reason that they removed it is because it takes up space and resources inside the game like everything else does. There's not an infinite amount of space in these games. So if you have 2 things that essentially are attempting to do the same thing,
and what he just said right there is something that I think a lot of people need to hear more. You can't get everything in one game. Okay, there's got to be things that's going to be left out. There got to be resources to other things that the majority of people want, not people that's on the internet. Okay, you gotta remember, people on the internet is a small fraction of Madden's revenue, of what makes up Madden. You know, us on the internet, we have a big voice, but in the scheme of everything, and this not only in Madden, this is gaming period. We are this tiny, but we feel like we feel like, oh, we're the majority. We're not. We're not. I'm just
which is be a career mode. If you're going all in on the other one, you don't need to have both, because the other one's going to sit there and take up space and resources when you're trying to take that and really put that to the other mode and build that one up. Because again, you just don't have infinite space inside of the game. Because that's a question I've seen asked, why not just have both? Well, I think that's the reason. I was not told that that's the reason, but just being around this industry for years, I know that that's probably the reason, because it takes up space. And if you're going to build the other mode up, especially when that is the mode the far majority of people had been asking for years, well, then it's probably best to remove the other one so that you can free up space, free up resources to then put back into the mode that people were asking for. But there are still a decent amount of people that want the create-a-player franchise, because again, maybe that's all they grew up playing and that's what they're used to and that's what they like more. So I understand why some people are upset about it, but it's not coming back because Superstar mode is the mode that they're going to be building up going forward. Now we're going to continue on with franchise mode and more, but really quickly, here's a word from today's video sponsor. I want to give a shout out to Game Time for sponsoring today's video. Game Time built.
Oh, shout out to Game Time.
So let's get into the news that they revealed today. They've got news for gameplay, franchise, Superstar mode, and more. Now the biggest thing by far, in my opinion, that they revealed today is that the revamped passing system from college football is coming over to Madden. Now I thought that this would happen eventually, but I did not think it would happen this year. I thought that would be a Madden 26
I did not think
but they are bringing it over this year in an update. It says new passing mechanic. As part of our planned post-launch updates, we're on track to add the revamped passing mechanic that debuted in College Football 25 in an early title update. They also did note that there is a bug with custom route stems, and it says, while we're excited to give players the control and creativity of custom route stems, we are aware of the exploits and imbalances introduced with the new feature. We will have fixes in upcoming updates. And they also added another dev note that said, we are monitoring feedback around zone coverage. We are actively working on adding a variety of improvements in the first several title updates, including improvements to flat zones, cover 3 deep zones, coverage checks versus bunch sets, press animations, and additional pass velocity ability tuning. Now that's a lot of info right there, all of which I think is good. Starting with the passing mechanic, I love revamped passing in college football. I think it gives the game really good ball trajectory, better than Madden ever has, and it has very good pass leading built into it. So the fact that this is coming to Madden is going to make the pass trajectory in Madden better than it's ever been. Even though they tuned it this year already, this is going to make it 10 times better. And if you ever played college football, trust me, this is the passing mechanic to use. Now in terms of the custom route stems, there is a bug with it that kind of gets you a speed boost if you set up route stems a certain way. This is a glitch in both college football and Madden, so they're going to be patching that for both games, which is obvious. We knew that was going to happen. Now in terms of zone coverage in Madden, definitely not great. I don't like zone coverage right now. I don't think anybody does. They're kind of just traffic cones out there for the most part. So I'm glad to see that they're doing some tuning to that, because they need to tighten it up a little bit, especially when you add in those velocity abilities that they talked about. It makes it even harder for them to react, because the velocity abilities make the ball get to the receiver so quick that even if you're in good coverage, it's kind of hard to react to it all the time. So they might actually tune that back a little bit, which has probably been needed for some years now, to be honest. Now let's talk about the upcoming franchise mode update. So one of the big ones right here that I think people are going to love, they're finally reverting the Play Now Live back to how it used to be. It says, for our franchise fans who like to hop into any week of the NFL regular season and beyond, we want to confirm that we will be adding the NFL roster starting points for franchise every week. This also means that Play Now Live weekly matchups will reflect the current matchups for every week starting in the regular season. I don't know why they changed this. The last 2 years out of the blue, they changed this and they only updated Play Now Live like 3 or 4 times throughout the year, and people hated this because a lot of people like to play the game this way. And I said, if you're gonna take away the weekly updates, why even have the feature in the first place? I feel like it completely defeats the point of the feature. Well, I guess they heard the complaints and they're reverting it back finally. So the last 2 years, Play Now Live has been literally not Play Now Live week to week, and now they're reverting it back to how it used to be. So that is a huge W. Glad that they listened to the community on that one, because it just didn't make sense. They also mentioned about the draft class import. It says, says, we are targeting a fix in a future update that will allow you to import a draft class directly from the download center into your franchise. And it does say here that there is a workaround. It says download the draft class from the download center in the main menu, access your franchise. Once in franchise, import the class from your local file. Now, this is not something I mess with, so I'm not even sure what this means, but that's what they have listed on their site.
Sure.
Moving on to Superstar mode, it says profanity filter blocking Road to Glory imports into Superstar. It says an update for changing names is now set to 3 minutes. A future update will allow players to change their names in Madden NFL 25 without going back to college football 25. And they also listed some other known issues they're working on. It says known issue around the AI team not re-signing all of the users' team's free agents. Known issue around importing multiple position players from Road to Glory into Superstar. So people that want to import multiple position players, they're going to be fixing that. It also says brand quest difficulty. We are looking into tuning some of the brand quest lines. It also says we have a fix coming in a future title update for a rare issue around the camera freezing during a change of possession. And it says there is a known issue of the showdown gold, silver, and bronze abilities not loading properly. And it also says that they addressed an issue around players unable to complete the combine after meeting a specific set of conditions when using an imported Road to Glory player. They also mentioned some things about presentation here. It says gameplay cameras. We will continue to monitor feedback regarding the default gameplay camera angle. So they did change the gameplay camera this year. I'm gonna be honest, after a game or two, I'm already used to it. It doesn't bother me anymore. But that first game, I did not like it at all. So we'll see what happens. But honestly, I feel like after a couple games, it feels normal to me again now. They also mentioned there are some audio fixes coming. It says for commentary, we have seen feedback regarding the volume level of commentary being a little low and have plans to address this in a future update. And I think this is more so just the crowd also being a lot louder this year, so they just need to balance that better. And they also mentioned the soundtrack. It said we see some players having trouble finding the classic songs that can be turned on for the soundtrack. This can be done from the main menu. On the PlayStation, click the touchpad. On the Xbox, press the back button. On PC, press the T key to access the menu. There's also some known Ultimate Team issues, which I'm popping up on the screen right now. I know most of my audience does not play Ultimate Team, but if you do, these are the fixes. You can pause and read them on the screen. And they also mentioned some game share matchmaking problems, so I put this up on the screen as well. If you're having any problems or difficulties with matchmaking when using game share, this is what you want to do, and this should clear up your issues. Another thing that was revealed today is that the Bengals are going to be wearing orange pants for the first time ever. It's going to be alternate pants that they're going to wear with an alternate.
I did not know that was the first time ever. I ain't gonna lie. The whole uniform is one of my favorites.
Uniform, and I went to check, and these are actually already included in Madden. It seems like they were definitely on top of all of the uniform changes this year. Even the ones that weren't revealed yet are in the game. Awesome. I happened to miss this one the other day when I did my equipment video. I didn't notice that this was something new, but it is already in the game if you are a Bengals fan. Another question I've seen asked a lot is why can't I use custom playbooks in online head-to-head? EA did say in a blog before the game came out that they redid the custom playbook feature this year, which I believe now has removed the legacy play limit that was there before, so you can add more plays. But they did say because of this fix at the launch of the game, you would not be able to use these in online head-to-head, but it would be coming in a title update. So probably that first update, that's going to be included. So if you can't use custom playbooks right now, don't worry. You're going to be able to use them in online head-to-head games very soon, as they said this before the game came out. But I know not everybody pays attention to every video or every bit of news that EA puts out, so some of you just probably didn't know that that was a thing, but it is coming soon. And another big update that comes along with this is the fact that eventually we're going to be able to save our custom playbook audibles finally after like 7 or 8 years. I feel like this was supposed to come years ago. I'm not really sure what took it so long, but that is another part of the rebuilt playbook system that they're doing right now, which includes the custom playbooks and all of that stuff, but it is going to also include the ability to save those custom audibles. So now if you want to set your favorite plays and your formations, you could save them game to game and you don't have to keep redoing them, which is going to be one of the best quality of life additions to the game and something we've been begging for years. So I don't know if that's coming in the first update. I would assume this is going to come in the same update as the one that's going to allow custom playbooks to be used online, which I think would be the first or second one of the year. So this is also coming very soon as well. Now, if you want to see some other really cool stuff,
man, oh man, that was, take the headphones off. Yeah, that was a big update. Like the passing from college football coming over. Just like Eric said, I thought that would be like next year. I did not know it was gonna be like the next update, which is just crazy. But the Bengals, that color, those colors right there, I ain't gonna lie to you, they top three in the NFL right now. With those colors, top three in my opinion. I did not even know that that was the first time they ever wearing orange pants. I didn't even know that. Didn't hear about it, didn't see anything about it, nothing. That's crazy. But EA was already on it. They already had it in the game. See, like I've said, if you are a football fan, this is our year. Okay, I'm telling you guys, it's our year. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy this reaction. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next.